Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. Happy Monday. It's going to be an awesome live stream tonight. We have a very special guest in the house tonight, so I will bring him in just a second. Want to say hi to everyone. I see that you're all in chat, and I'm so grateful for you guys for being here. Really appreciate you. We have a limited amount of time with ET tonight from Jack Daniels, the national brand ambassador. So I want to get to him first. Got some good questions. I promise I'll say hi to everyone in chat like a little later on, but I definitely want to get to ET because such an awesome, fun guy. And I mean, you guys know how much I love Jack Daniels, and I know many of you here love Jack Daniels a ton. So it's really awesome to have ET come on tonight. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the support. I do want to mention one thing before we get started. I obviously have a giant black eye. So we'll get that out of the way right away. I have a giant black eye. It's kind of embarrassing, but that happened earlier this week. Jade, you guys know Jade and I snuggle all the time. Well, she kind of popped me in the eye. We were snuggling a little too close. She got excited. Bill got up to do something, and she just launched out of bed because she wanted to go see what he was doing. So there you have it. Got a black eye. Tried to cover it up. It didn't happen. So the show must go on, though. So without further ado, you guys, I will catch up on chat later on, but I appreciate you. And as you're coming in, be sure to hit the like button so that way we can bring more people here because you know how YouTube works. So thank you guys. And let's bring in ET. Everybody give him a warm welcome because I'm sure you guys are all in chat, right? What's up?
Hello, hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming on. Glad you're here. I think cheers you.
Cheers, cheers,
across
cheers.
the screen. We'll just cheers that way. So thank you for being here. I'm excited. We got a chance to meet when you were in Colorado a few weeks ago, and a lot of fun. Especially the whiskey event that we did was a lot of fun. That crowd's super awesome, and the tasting notes series that was really cool. So not sure if you guys are going to be doing that in other cities, but I thought it was amazing, and I love the combination of music and whiskey, and I never realized how much you could actually relate the music to the whiskey. So it was really cool.
I'm glad you were there. Yeah, we're headed to a couple more cities in the next 2 months. So yeah, we're all over the road right now, which is fun.
A lot of fun. Are you back home right now?
Yeah, I'm home. I just got home. I was in Austin over the weekend, and I just got back. It's my wife's birthday Thursday, so if I'm not home for that, don't come home. You know what I'm saying?
Well, happy birthday to your wife.
Yeah.
And I know your mom's in here too. So hello to your mom. Thanks for being here. Okay, so before we get into all things Jack, just tell everybody a little bit about who you are and your journey to getting to Jack. Like, how did you end up, being the brand ambassador for Jack Daniels? That's such a cool job. And I told you this when I met you, like how amazing that is. And I think that's a dream job for a lot of people. So,
and for me as well. Yeah, I think Jack Daniels, the whiskey, I really think I got to it from my parents. My father was all Sinatra all the time, and my mother, pretty sure, bred me rock and roll in utero. And both those worlds meet at Jack Daniels. So, when I was 21 and reached for my first drink, it was Jack Daniels. I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of Jimmy Page with a bottle of Jack and thought that was cool, and tried it for myself. And as you get older, just because something was cool when you were younger doesn't mean it's cool when you're older. So you can evolve and do different things. But for me, Jack was always the one, and I really love it. Primarily for the whiskey in the bottle, right? Like you can't love something that you consume if it doesn't taste good. And it's really the whiskey in the bottle that keeps me coming back. But I also dig the life that Jack Daniels has outside the bottle. It pops up in so much culture and music and movies and books and just t-shirts, and everywhere you look, Jack Daniels speaks to people on all kinds of different levels. And it spoke to me. And I bartended in LA for many, many, many years. And the last gig I had, I was at this place in Hollywood for 15 years, and it was a big Jack account, and the local Jack team would come in a lot, and they knew how much I love Jack Daniels. And then one day, like, winning the lottery, they asked me to host a dinner, and that turned into something else. And then could I do cocktails for them? And it just started for like a year as, I guess, kind of consulting, and then a part-time job. And now, best job in the world, the U.S. ambassador for Jack Daniels.
Which is so amazing. Like that is like such a cool job. I
Trust
mean,
it doesn't go unnoticed by me either. It's a pinch me kind of job.
especially when you've been like a diehard Jack fan your entire
Yeah.
life, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you still drink Old Number 7, like you still love Old Number 7.
Yes.
And so I think that's really cool, which I've got some right here. And
I've got some right here. Look at you.
it's a little mini baby one, but I've been drinking on some of the bonded. I mean, I've got some great bottles of Jack here, but I've been drinking on the bonded. Um,
Yeah.
you said you're drinking Old Number 7, but with something special. What are you drinking?
Yes, I'm drinking. It's a version of a drink called a Pinky Cohen, which is really a shot, which is a shot of Jack Daniels, a dirty sweet cherry, a little bit of the cherry juice. You do the shot, you eat the cherry. It kind of,
Ooh.
sweetens up the finish. But since we're mature adults on a Monday night, I figured I would do a cocktail instead of a shot. So still the Jack, still the cherries, but I added some of the Jack Daniels cocktail bitters. So I made it a little bit more fancy for us, so I can sip on this nice little cocktail here.
I mean, we're pretty mature on this channel, but sometimes it leads to bottle flipping and shots of Malort. So
Yeah, that could happen. It could happen.
it could happen. So, okay. So besides Old Number 7, what would you say your favorite expression of Jack is? I mean, there's some great bottles out there. Just came out with the bonded and the triple mash.
Yeah.
The number 10 or 10 year.
It's one of those things where it's the mood, whatever the mood strikes, right? So if I'm home and I'm just gonna have a drink or two, I'll usually reach for a higher proof Jack, like the bonded at 100 proof, or even Coy Hill, or single barrel. Look at that. What's the proof on yours?
Oh, let's see here. This one is 140.2.
Nice. So if
You
I'm
gotta
home and
see.
I'll enjoy one of them on a big ice cube. Um, but and then yeah, the barrel proof is great. So, but when I'm out and about, it's usually Jack or single barrel, or Gentleman Jack. Somewhere in the 80 to 90 proof range, where if you're out for the night, it's a little bit easier to enjoy the night. But when I'm home, I'll start indulging in some of the higher proof stuff.
I think that's definitely a little bit easier. And like, especially if you want to like enjoy the night, you want to spend time out and about, and you don't
Yeah.
want to just get like slammered while you're
Right.
out there. It's like, okay, maybe take it easy. It's crushable, it's enjoyable, and I mean, it's just good. So
Yeah. No, and it's great. And it's really fun though, now that we have so many new expressions just in even the past year, right? Coy Hill came out, the 10-year came out. Now we have the bonded and the triple mash, which are super fun whiskeys. And the triple mash literally is the only one of its kind on the planet. So it's 3 bonded whiskeys blended in one bottle. So you have the bonded Jack, the bonded Jack Daniels rye, and then the bonded Jack Daniels American single malt. So it's a really cool, unique whiskey. We were talking earlier about, there's just so much flavor in that whiskey. It's like a flavor bomb.
it definitely is. And it's like it is so unique, especially when like you get used to like certain flavors from Jack, and it's not your typical like
Right.
this is what you expect out of Jack Daniels. It's something unique, and that's what's so fun. It's like Jack has been around for so long, and it's so recognizable, and it's something people see and they're like, I know what Jack Daniels is, and I know what I get out of, and it's consistent, and like it always meets my expectation. But then you come out with a curveball. You bring in triple mash, you bring in Coy Hill, and things like that, and it's so much fun and it's so much flavor. So depending on the mood you're in, right, you can reach for any one of these. So
yeah, and people, cool. It is cool, and people always ask me, if you think Jack's so great, why do you make so many different Jacks? And it's everyone's palate's different, everyone's mood is different, so we really want to make sure that if you're in the mood for this, we have it. If you're in the mood for that, we have it. And it's fun to explore different whiskeys and also see what a distillery can do. That, like you said, people think I know Jack, and then all of a sudden, like, oh wow, I was not expecting that, or that. So that's kind of a fun experience for people.
Definitely agree. I even did a video called "You Don't Know Jack." But it's like I
Nice.
didn't know I didn't know Jack. Like I knew Jack, but I didn't even know Old Number 7. Like my first experience with Jack Daniels was like a single barrel. And then from a single barrel, I went on to single barrel strength, and then I went on to the Coy Hill. And then I came back to bonded, triple mash, and number 7. So it's like I feel like my experience with Jack is a little more unique than most people because they grow up and you when you grow up, you're drinking Jack, you're drinking Jack and Coke, you're drinking Jack neat. Like at least where I grew up, I heard a lot of people doing that. But for me, I drank Bud Light, Natty Light, and like rum and Cokes. So I didn't
Right.
grow up on whiskey like many people did. But like,
You had
what,
the modern Jack Daniels experience, right? You started with
yeah,
all the new stuff and then worked your way back to the classic,
and it's all good. I mean, not just
right?
because you're here, right? But I would say like overall, it's really, really good and really consistent and good flavor. So it's awesome.
Nice.
So
That's good
speaking
stuff.
of, like, we've been talking about Jack a little bit, and like a lot of people are chiming in, like, yeah, we like Jack, we love Jack. Uh, but okay, so besides Jack, you're married and you have dogs. So that
Yes.
was where I got excited because you started talking about your dogs and the strays and things like that. I'm like, the stories were so cool.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, with my dog giving me a black eye this week and then keeping me up all night last night. She got really sick over the night. She's never been sick, but she just got super sick. She has like, I don't know if we have like kennel cough or something.
Right.
She's
Poor
been
baby.
vaccinated. She went to a border though. We left her at a border a few weeks ago and she got sick overnight. Anyhow, it's like, oh my gosh, I love this dog, but my goodness, they're a lot of work.
They are.
And now
They
you
are.
have 4 of them.
3, yeah, we have 3
Three,
dogs.
three. That's right. Okay.
And yeah, I mean it's work, but it's all so worth it because they give you so much more than they take. And me and my wife, we found over the years over a half our dogs just literally on the street. And we find them, we grab them, we try to find their owners, and more often than not, they're strays for a reason. Someone either let them go or never cared for them to begin with. And it turns out I think we're easy marks. Like we have a 1 hour foster limit. So if we can't rehome the dog in an hour, we end up keeping it. So I think the dogs realize how easy we are and they kind of stake out our house, and they know they're going to get a hot meal or whatever they need.
It's like a hot meal, a bath, whatever, just a couple extra pets.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not, it's all like, we've taken rabbits, lizards, birds we saw fall out of the nest and they weren't ready to
Oh,
fly yet. But it's, we are softies and easy targets. So if there's any animals in need, they should just,
just come to
stake
your
out
house.
around us.
That's how it is for us too. We haven't got into the foster territory yet, but we've been teetering that line of we know we want more dogs, but also at the same time it's like uh we like if we fostered a dog, we would be like sold instantly. Like we couldn't just have a dog. Like you said 1 hour rule, but I feel like if I had a dog for like 5 minutes, I'd be like, you're coming home and you're never leaving. That's how I
Right.
feel about like I'll go to adoption events and I'm like petting the dogs. I'm like, okay, you're coming home with me and you're coming home with me.
It's too hard. I mean, the only time
It
we ever
is.
successfully fostered, um, we knew that in 2 days that dog had a home. The person just couldn't get the dog yet, so just needed to live somewhere for 2 days. So when we knew there was a hard out, it was a little bit easier. And even then, it was still tricky. There was the sweetest giant, like your dog, a giant pit bull with a giant head, and she just wanted love and would just put her head on your lap and just give you kisses all day.
Oh,
So if that person came back in 2 days, like, you know what, it's not going to work out for me, we would have had another dog.
for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Ours is a rescue too. And so she was in Mexico and she was like super emaciated and like just not very healthy. And so got her and she's doing great now, as you can.
Right.
Might be a little sick, but she's a great dog. So yeah. Okay, so back to the whiskey talk, because that's
Yes.
what people even though people love dogs and whiskey, you can't go wrong with that. Like maybe you need
No.
like a label of your own that's like Jack Daniels for the dogs or something. I don't know.
Hey, I'm in. I'll try to sell it to the powers that be.
And then from there, you could like use that and make donations to shelters. See, I feel like this could be good. Like it could be like a bottle that is like fully donating to shelters. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, look, we do a lot of charity stuff, and there's actually a rescue in Lynchburg where Jack is made that one of the old school Jack guys has been helping out and volunteering for years. And our master Stiller and his wife, they have the sweetest little dog, Augie, that they love. So it's not just me. It's I think it's a lot of people at Jack, and I think it's the whole world. That's me and my wife's kind of like um, litmus test so we can be friends with people. It's like, yeah, I don't really like dogs. Like, all right, well, we probably won't see this couple again.
Right.
So,
We're never gonna be friends.
yeah, but nice to meet you.
People are commenting. So somebody said, Jack Daniel's barrel strength rye needs to be a regular release. That's what
Well,
Dan Like said. He said that. Let's see here.
I would
Dog.
say that if you love something that much, the world will probably answer you.
I like your hidden answers there. It's great. It is great. Anything Jack higher proof is amazing. I love Jack. These comments are great. Dogs. Everybody loves dogs. Somebody said, "Can we email you?" Somebody wants to know if they can email you.
Yes.
So, yes, you guys can email him if you want to. Feel free. Okay, so there's a lot of good things coming from Jack, as always. Like there's new releases coming. Some you can talk about, some you can't probably. But
Right.
What are you most excited about for the future of Jack?
To be honest, it's what you said earlier, that you thought you knew Jack, but you didn't know Jack. So for me, that's the most fun, right? Like I'm Jack obsessed before I got the job, while I have the job. But there's a lot of people that grew up on Old Number 7, feel like they know all there is to know about Jack, and then they come to a tasting, or for whatever reason they find themselves in Nashville, and then they pop down and take a tour, and then they realize, oh man, I did not know Jack. And that's the most fun, to watch people kind of rediscover Jack and see all the great things that are coming out of Jack right now. And it's Chris, our master distiller, and Lexi, our assistant distiller. They really have an eye towards the future while honoring the past, right? Like all the great things that Jack's always done, they want to hold on to that, while at the same time seeing how far we can push the limits of our distillery. And because we control and make everything, it's a little bit easier to experiment, because we're not relying on anyone else for what we're doing. It's all done at Jack. Even the barrels, right? Like the most flavor comes from the barrel, and all the color comes from the barrel. We actually make those barrels. So we have a lot of flexibility in what we can do. So it's fun for me to see what's coming next, but it's also really fun for me to get in front of people and see them light up like, oh shit, I had no idea that Jack does all these cool things. A really good friend of mine I've known since nursery school, he loves rye, and it was really fun for me when he discovered Jack Rye and really dug it. So that's more fun for me than anything, watching other people enjoy it as much as I do, or if that's possible, as close as much as I do.
I was gonna say you like probably are the biggest Jack fan ever. I mean, I think it's really cool though.
Look, I've been drinking the Kool-Aid since long before this gig, and it's just like I said, it's a pinch me, I can't believe it's real job. And I am that guy. Like when we do events and there's swag, I'm like, yeah, I'll take. They're like, you don't want a swag bag, do you? I'm like, yeah, I do.
I do. Like I wear this T-shirt proudly every day.
Yeah. I think my wife is at her limits of how much Jack's, like there a lot of Jack stuff she loves, but then she's like, I don't think we need that in the house. Like
I mean, you've got some cool lights behind you. Cool
I do. She
photo,
does like
right?
those lights. I got the Jack lamp, the Keith Richards. What's funny is I got to meet the photographer of that picture. And it was totally random, not through Jack at all. I was at the Sunset Marquis Hotel in LA, and they have a what's it called? A gallery called the Marston Hotel Gallery, which is tons and tons of music photos of many genres and through the years. And I was just walking around, and the woman that ran the gallery, we just started talking, and I mentioned I work for Jack, or it came up, and she started showing me all the Jack photos she has, and that one obviously came up. And randomly, at this is crazy. So a couple weeks later was the election, 2000, I guess 16, and I was leaving the election, and one of the volunteers, um, as my mom would say, an age gifted gentleman, was saying goodbye. And I guess I was wearing a Jack hat or shirt. It's like, Jack Daniels. I used to love Jack Daniels back when I drank whiskey. And we started talking. Really cool guy. Used to be in the music business. And there's a couple other women there that were also age gifted that commented on my hat. So I was leaving. I'm like, you know what? They're volunteering. They're here all day on their feet and making my life easier. So I went home. I was only a couple blocks away. I got some shirts and hats and I gave them to the volunteers. And the guy was like, everyone was happy, but he was over the moon. And we exchanged info and we played text tag for like a year. But he kept telling me he has something to give me. And I was in town and we got a chance to grab coffee. And he hands me a manila envelope. And it was a signed print of that photo because he's best friends with the photographer, Henry Diltz. And then Henry also, besides taking that awesome Keith Richards photo, he also shot the album cover for the Marston Hotel album by the Doors. And he was the only official photographer at Woodstock, amongst a million other things the guy's done in his life, career. And also this, so we finally got to meet and we've become pretty friendly. He's the sweetest guy in the world. He's like 83 years old and he's still out there shooting photos and, going to cool stuff and just being the rock star that he is.
That's so cool. That is, I love your stories. I can sit here and like listen to all your stories. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have so many cool stories. We need like 12 hours of a stream. So
look, again, it's like, to me to even meet that guy, I was like, holy shit, like he is a living legend. And I've been to his house. And by the way, his house, it is like a time capsule of, because he has photos and a lot that would have never been released that are just stuff he took everywhere. So you're like, oh my God, that's that. And it's just, you could just get lost there for days and not see all of it. He's got probably millions of photos in there. Super cool guy. And yeah, it's definitely was. And the guy that introduced us is super cool too, this guy Howard. So the two of them are just super fun guys that really enjoy life and have lived life.
That's so cool. That is like a lot of fun. And it's like you get to, I don't know, just it's kind of like a full circle moment almost. It's like this is just, you're seeing everything, you're experiencing it, and you're a part of it. And it's, you get to, like, we feel really cool and honored that you're here, but you're like, you still have these moments too when you meet people that you're like, whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah, look, Chris Fletcher, the master distiller of Jack, his grandpa was a master distiller at Jack Daniels for like 30 years. So Chris grew up in Lynchburg and he used to go to the distillery with his grandpa and play on, the fire trucks that we have, because we have our own fire brigade. And Chris was a tour guide. Then he went off to college, got a chemistry degree, came back, worked in R&D at Brown-Forman, and then went off and worked at some other distilleries and before he came back as the assistant master distiller, now master distiller. And I kept bugging him when his grandpa was still alive to let me meet him, and he was a little bit ill. And then one visit when I was at the distillery, he's like, I talked to my grandpa. He's feeling pretty good today. Let's go by. And then you meet the guy who was master distiller when Jack was still a small brand. And by the time he left, it was a giant brand. And I was like, how did you navigate that? He's like, well, when I got there, we had one still, one fermenter, one charcoal mellow vat, and then we built 2. And then we built 3. But it wasn't like all of a sudden there's robots, it's the Jetsons. They just kept doing what they were doing, and making it a little bit bigger. And he was also couldn't believe what had become since he started, because you just, when you worked, it's like, you don't see someone for a long time, like, oh my God, you look so great, your hair is different, but day to day, you don't notice anything. And then all of a sudden he's retiring and Jack's this giant brand. I'll tell you something really cool. A few years ago, I guess now maybe 10 years ago. Chris Fletcher was in LA, and a buddy of mine owns a couple bars, and his buddy runs an auction house. So I guess all this whiskey came into the auction house unopened from years and years gone by. And he called his friend. He's like, "Hey, before I sell this, do you want it?" And he's like, "Yeah, 100%." So he kind of made like a vintage whiskey menu on his spirits menu. And he called me. He's like, "Hey, I got this really old bottle of Jack." I was like, "Oh my God, our master distiller is going to be in LA. Can you hold it till he gets here?" He's like, "Yeah, 100%." So I brought Chris over, and we, looked at the bottle, opened the bottle, and sipped the bottle. And he picked up the bottle, and he said, back in the day, they used to bevel the year that's the glass was made. So he's like, "This says 57. This bottle probably came out in 1958. My grandpa made this whiskey." And I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Here we are at a bar in LA holding at the time, I don't know, 60-year-old bottle of Jack Daniels that his grandpa made. And, that was to me beyond like chills.
Oh,
And when I met his grandpa, first thing I asked him was, how cool was Frank Sinatra? And he said, "I have no idea. I never met him." I'm like, "What do you mean you never met Frank Sinatra?" He's like, "Look, when I was the master distiller of Jack Daniels, I was not called the master distiller. That wasn't a term yet. We weren't flying around the country. We just were here. I was on 24-hour call because we ran all the time. I never left." And Frank never came to visit, so I never met him. But it's just Frank just loved Jack, and music and Jack go way back. Like even Jack himself was a music lover. There was a local band in Lynchburg called the Silver Coronet Band, and they couldn't afford instruments or good instruments. So Jack, a lover of music, went to the Sears and Roebuck catalog, which I guess back in the 1800s was online shopping, and he ordered all these new instruments for the band and outfitted them, and they would play in the town square. And Jack at the time owned 2 bars, the White Rabbit and the Red Dog Saloons. So the band would play, people would get hot and thirsty. He's like, "Oh, check out one of my bars, go drink some of my whiskey." So it kind of started with Jack, and then Sinatra discovered Jack. I don't know if we talked about that. Do you know who introduced Jack Daniels to Frank?
see, I've heard different stories, but I don't know for sure. Like I know you kind of told a story. Okay, so how did that happen?
So you're right. So we thought for years that it was Jackie Gleason that introduced Jack Daniels to Frank Sinatra. And there's a picture of them drinking Jack Daniels, and it's just all the stars aligned. And that's the story we were telling for a while. And then during COVID, our historian, Nelson Eddy, and the president of Frank Sinatra Enterprises, Charlie Pignon, were on a podcast. And the host said, "How did Sinatra discover Jack Daniels?" And I think our historian's about to tell the Jackie Gleason story. And then Charlie's like, "You're about to tell the Jackie Gleason story, right?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "It's not the story anymore." He's like, "What do you mean? Everyone in the story has been gone for years. How did it change?" And he's like, "Well, during, COVID, I had a lot of free time, and I was listening to all these old bootlegs of Sinatra. And one of them was from, I think, like 1982 from the Sands in Vegas. And, pretty much every show, Frank would have a glass of Jack, and he would hold it up to the audience and say, 'This is Jack Daniels. It's the nectar of the gods.' And on this particular show, he says to the audience, 'Did I ever tell you how I discovered Jack Daniels?' And the audience is probably like, 'No, Frank, tell us.' And it's like, 'Well, I was at a dinner party at my good friend Humphrey Bogart's house, and it is true that Sinatra idolized Bogey. They were good friends. And I guess after dinner, Bogey says to Frank, 'What do you want for an after dinner drink?' And Sinatra says, 'I don't care. I'll drink anything.' And Bogey's like, 'Well, if you don't care, you're going to drink what I drink.' And Sinatra says, 'Well, what do you drink?' And he's like, 'I drink Jack Daniels.' And Frank says, 'What the hell is Jack Daniels?' And Bogey says, 'You're about to find out.' And he poured him a glass and took a sip. And literally from that moment on, he was rarely seen without a glass of Jack Daniels in his hand. There's even a great photo of Frank getting off a helicopter with a glass of Jack Daniels on the rocks. So, if you think you're cool, you're not that cool, right?
You're like hopping off the plane.
Yeah.
I've got my Jack. Hey everybody, I'm Frank Sinatra.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Exactly.
That's so cool. I love Frank Sinatra. I'm a big music junkie. My music likings go all over the place, but just to hear the history behind not only Jack Daniels, but Jack Daniels and the connection to music, and then just your story itself it's awesome. It's like for you, it's a way of life, right? Jack Daniels is a way of life for you. And people that drink Jack Daniels, it's like they're a part of something. So it's more than just I'm drinking this whiskey and this is what I like. It's like, no, I'm a part of this whiskey community, this whiskey world, and Jack. And so I think it's really amazing.
Yeah, Jack Daniels, has a personality, right? It's not it is whiskey, like I said. I love what's in the bottle, but I love the life outside the bottle. And Nelson, our historian, has another great, anecdote where, because people are like, why is Jack in all these movies? And he's like, I'm guessing that if you're a screenwriter, every word is time, right? So if you're writing a movie and you want to explain something, you're always trying to tell it in images, because if you write too much description, that doesn't get filmed. And it's also harder. And he's like, if you want to tell about a certain character and you're like, oh, this guy or girl is blah, 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 and you start writing, it could take up half a page. He's like, I think they just put a bottle of Jack Daniels in their hand and everyone knew what kind of person that was, right? You're a rebel. You got swagger. You're badass. So it's kind of true, because you look at the people that drank Jack, and it's Paul Newman. It's, it's all these people that we look up to that were in the movies with the bottle of Jack, and it still continues today, which I just find really cool that it translates generations. Because you think about Sinatra, then it went to rock and roll, right? So I kind of, even though Sinatra's genre wasn't rock, I kind of feel like to a lot of musicians, he was the OG rock star because he lived a certain lifestyle. So it makes sense that, Keith Richards and Jimmy Page and Tom Petty and Slash all picked up a bottle of Jack. But now we move to the next generation, and you got hip hop and country and even EDM. They're all still reaching for a bottle of Jack, which I just find fascinating, that same feeling, or that same personality that appealed to everyone along the way is still appealing to musicians today.
It's amazing. It is.
It really is.
It's so cool. And especially like when you're talking like such a variety of musicians, right? So it's translated over time, like you said, maybe like Slasher, Sinatra, and now you're like country. Like I can't hear
Eric Church and all it.
Yeah.
I just think it. When you think about musicians too, are kind of rebels, right? They really do their own thing, and so did Jack. So there's maybe something in that too, where Jack, he wore that outfit, right? That was not what most distillers and distillery workers back in his day wore. And then he's got that long coat and the hat and the bolo tie and all this stuff. Square bottle, everybody else was round. Charcoal mellowing, everybody skipped charcoal mellowing, or most people didn't charcoal mellow. So like Jack did his own thing. And then Sinatra did his own thing. You could say he did things my way, right? It's too easy. It's too easy. But then, rock and roll, it's attitude. It's and then I think all musicians kind of have a little bit of that in them, where everybody else went down that road and they went down that road, and Jack followed them.
Ugh, I love it. It's such an awesome story. I could listen to these stories all night, but I know we got to get you out of here.
All right. Well, I guess I'll have to come back in our next release, and we'll have to talk some more.
We definitely will. I know you only have a limited amount of time, but we really do appreciate like the time you gave us tonight, and your stories are amazing, and we love hearing from you. And yes, for sure, definitely next new release, we'll bring you back in.
Sounds good.
All right. Awesome. Well,
cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. You guys, I just love, gosh, E.T. is such an awesome guy. I love him. He's so nice, so generous with this time because I know he's such a busy guy and he's running around and obviously he needs to spend time with his wife and his dogs. So, that was so much fun. That was a lot of fun. So, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm sorry I didn't pay much attention to chat, but I wanted to give all my attention to ET tonight. So, now I'm going to say hi to everybody. Let's talk about what we're drinking, talk about everybody's favorite Jack expression. What do you guys love about Jack? What are you hopeful for? What are you excited about? As you guys know, I didn't even try Old Number 7 until recently, but I have to say, it's still good. It's still good. I like it, and I love the consistency. You always know what you're going to get when you drink it. So there's that. So I'm going to start from the bottom and go up and say hello to everyone. Let's see here. We have JG in the house. Oh, Christopher Denman, first time tuning in. Thank you so much, Christopher, for being here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Kenneth Kelman. We got Horses and Bourbon. We've got the likes. The likes are in the house. I'm just kind of catching up, you guys. I used to drink Jack Daniels wine coolers in high school. Then I drank Gentleman Jack in my 20s. Now I drink Hazmat Jack. Logical progression. I totally agree, Jeff. Hello again, my whiskey friends. That's what Jeffrey Wack always says. So, I think that's really cool. I think there was a time. So I said I've never had Jack, but I think maybe in high school, there might have been one time when I had a Jack Daniels watermelon wine cooler. Is that what they were? Yeah, pretty sure that's what they were. I've had one of those before. Don't remember it, but I definitely had it. Kenneth Kalman's in here from Philly. Katrina Nelson's in here from Atlanta. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate the support. Oh yeah, David Allen Coe. There's so much country music filled with Jack Daniels. It's awesome. It's so cool. There's Jeffrey Wack saying hi to everybody. See, I should probably start from up high and go down low, but it's okay. Dan R says, hey folks, I hope everyone is having a great evening. Sinatra is the man. Sinatra is amazing. I love Sinatra. I think we're going to have some Sinatra at our wedding. If Bill's obviously watching right now. He's probably chatting with some of you guys, but we're going to have some Sinatra at our wedding for sure. And probably some Jack Daniels too. So there's that for you. Jack Daniels and Sinatra at our wedding. Can you go wrong, really? And a black eye. Like I'm going to call this my Jack Daniels swagger for the night. Yeah. What is everybody sipping on? Sorry, that was really awkward. I was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a newbie. I don't know what I'm doing. Is there anything special, Jack? Oh, I know that he couldn't share like a lot about what's coming up right now. But the newest releases are the Triple Mash and the Bonded. I know that they're working on some other things. I would say be on the lookout. And I don't know this personally. I've just seen stuff on like TTB labels, but like Jack Daniels Barrel Strength Rye coming out soon. Single Barrel Strength Rye. So. Oh, wait. Bill says there's a thumbnail. I can't believe you put Dara and I on it. We'll definitely watch after. Wait, what? I don't know what happened, but hey, Whiskey Lover Society. Cheers from Belgium. Cheers to you. Cheers to Fifth Quarter Tailgate. Scott Pigsley, as always, you guys, be sure to subscribe to all the channels that are here. Cheers to Clicker69. Thanks for being here. Happy you're here. James Hogg, thank you for being here. Whiskey Wishing Wells in the house. IC86. Dog Talks with Greasy Dude and the Hot Girl. Whatever. I think ET is awesome. ET is awesome, and I love hearing ET stories about dogs. They're so cool. Hit that like. Hit that like. Yes, hit that like, everybody. Dogs! ET loves dogs. He told us some really cool stories about dogs. It was like, we can talk dogs and whiskey all day long. Katrina. I know. Wait, you're ET's wife. Thank you for being here. Foster failures. I don't call that failures. You guys are awesome. I love the picture, by the way. I want to see all your dogs. Your dogs are so cute. I can see them in the thumbnail just a little bit. Or not the thumbnail, the little avatar. Oh my gosh, your dogs are so cute. You guys are doing great things rescuing all those dogs. Higher proof Jack is amazing. I love all Jack. It's good. It's all good. Cheers, everybody. Dormel, what's up? Jack Daniels barrel proof in my glass kicks the night off. Wow. It is good. Oh. Also, by the way, since Katrina is in here, Katrina, happy birthday on Thursday. Katrina's birthday is on Thursday, so happy birthday to you. Cheers to Nick Proman. Not happy birthday. My mind was like, what? What just happened? What just happened? Yeah. The Turks are here. Mike Franklin's here. IC86. Cool Runnings here. Four Leaf Whiskey is here. Slapshot's here. Horses and Bourbon's here. Cheech Artolino's here. Julian Danner here, if I didn't say that. Dragland 7268 is here. Cheers to you. Mike Franklin, did I see that? Tim Evans, what's up? Tim Evans, Richie Z. I'm trying to say this really fast so I can get back to the bottom. Top Dog, what's up? Cheers, Top Dog. Judy. Judy is E.T.'s mom. Cheers to Judy. You know what? You raised an awesome son. He's super nice and super grateful to have him on. So thanks so much, E.T., for being here. We really appreciate it. Big Vic, what's up, Big Vic? Cheers. Love Tipsy Whiskey. Steven, what's up? Love all JD except the Nora Black Label and Gentleman Jack. You know what? That's great. There's something for everyone. That's what I think is so cool. Is something for everyone. Yeah. All the channels are in chat. Sipping Jack Daniels, single barrel proof, Chris Fletcher, Master Distiller Pick. North Carolina ABC had their 375 on the shelves. It's pretty amazing. That is awesome. Scott Pigsley says, fifth quarter tailgate will not be live tonight. I know that the whiskeychannel.com will be live. The podcast will be live, but we'll be here for a little while longer. So got the hiccups. Excuse me. Not really a hiccup. It was a burp. I hope you guys think that this black eye is cool because I think I'm just going to keep it around for like a while. It's great. Ooh, juke joint uncut unfiltered. Need to pick up a Jack single barrel. You know what? They're great. Mine tastes like Bananas Foster. It's really good. 1792. Hey, David Smith, sipping on It's Bourbon Night 1792 pick. Pretty amazing stuff. Ooh, I hope you enjoy. Squirrels. Jack Daniels, Bottle and Bond. Terry Powell from the Queen City, Charlotte. What's up, Terry? Thanks for being here. Cheers to you. Okay, what do you guys want to talk about tonight? I'm gonna have a little pour of Coy Hill because I have not had Coy Hill in a while. I only pull a little bit out of this every once in a while, just because it's one that I've gotten a raffle, or Bill got in a raffle, and it's really hard to get. So we love it. It's good. All right. If I didn't say hi to you throughout and even after lockdown for something like 36 weeks, I tried new Jack Daniels cocktail once a week. Ooh. What did Bill say? Drinking in high school. I never drank in high school. Fine. When I was 21 years old. You don't know me. That's it. Just a little bit of pour. See, that was good. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. A half a pour. Bob! Cheers to you, Bob! Oh, no. Richie Z has Jack Daniels single barrel proof. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you. You guys, this is a lot of fun so far. Oh, One Mo Cast is in here. I saw that. One Mo Cast, I saw you. Hello to One Mo Cast. Mike Franklin, everybody that's here, I love you guys. And I'm going to just go back to the bottom of the chat, but if I didn't say hi, I promise I'll say hi. Bob says, bottle flip. Thanks for the super chat, Bob. Okay, I'll give you a bottle flip. Can it be this one? I can bottle flip this one. Okay, let's go. Ready, set. Okay, that doesn't count. That was like a little tiny bottle. Hey, Tommy D. What's up, Tommy D? You're still in Wisconsin. Okay, I'm going to find a bottle. How about the Bonded? Oh, also, Bob came over yesterday, but Bob, you don't know this. We got the shelves today. So I wish I could turn the camera to to see, but we got new shelves today. You can kind of see them in the corner over there. That little thing right there. That is a shelf that we put up. So here, I'm going to flip this bottle. Move these chairs out of the way. Here we go. We're going to flip a Bonded tonight. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you. Here we go. Ready, get set. Here we go. Hey, I caught it. I caught it. It was upright, and there's the label. How about that? How about those apples? All right, now I'm going to put my chair back and my blanket back. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am absolutely exhausted. Jade kept us up all night last night, but I am feeling good. You can kind of see, you can kind of see the shelves. You can kind of not, but thank you so much for the super chat, though, Bob. Thank you. Thank you, Richie Z. Hector says, I have a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof hero selection, but I haven't tried it yet. It's good. I love my Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, and I love my single barrel. It's good. It's delicious. Oh, Wes, what's up? Cheers to you. Thanks for being here. Tommy D's here. Thank God it was a little bottle, Mike Franklin. You know, I flipped it, and it fell, so that one was a fail, but the other ones were good. You guys are the best. I'm so glad you guys were here. Let's see here. Bob says 8.1 out of 10. You know, we need Zach Jones here too, because he's a pretty good bottle scorer. But I'll take 8.1 out of 10. It was kind of weak. Like the one I did, was it last week? The one I did, and I was like, I surprised myself, and I was like, oh my Lord, I caught it. Oh, I got it. Hey, Aiden, I see you here. Whiskey Wishing Well says, bottle flip, that is so 2020. Can you do a cartwheel without crashing into the shelves? I haven't been able to do a cartwheel my entire life. I used to do gymnastics, and I could only do a round off because I could not even do a whole cartwheel. I'm not very athletic. Like, I can do weightlifting. I can do jogging. I can kind of run, but not very fast. I was a cheerleader. I was good at volleyball. I was good at softball. I was a pitcher, but not great. Like, not like world famous or anything. I survived in a small town. But when it comes to gymnastics, that was not very good. You guys, ET was really cool. I'm glad ET got to come in. We're going to try to do like maybe one distiller a month or one different company a month. There's one coming up next month that we're hoping to do. That'll be good. I'll probably have a few guests here and there. But if you guys ever have things that you guys want to see on the channel or any like feedback or any comments or anything that you want from me, always let me know. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to constructive criticism. You don't have to be mean, but I'm open to constructive criticism. Oh, look at that. You know what? I love the guy I'm marrying because he sticks up for me. Yes, she can play volleyball. Her and I subbed on my sister's team, and we kicked some ass. We did. And I went a long time serving, and then Bill eventually went a long time serving. I could serve. I was an ace. I could serve very well in volleyball. It was fun. It was super fun. I loved all the music stories. I did too. I really loved them. He has a lot more, and he had more that I wish we could have gotten to tonight. Only had 30 minutes with us, but he had some great stories. So, Aiden. Oh my gosh. Always heard Keith was a rebel guy. Whoops, sorry. Wrong button. I love the allocated versus not allocated blinds. Oh, just wait till tomorrow. That's a good one. Richie C, you're going to like tomorrow's video. And thank you so much for the feedback. Always appreciate it. Thank you, Richie Z. A cheerleader who can't do a cartwheel or gymnastics. I know. I could be loud. I could cheer. And I had a lot of spirit. So that makes me a cheerleader, I think. Leslie Ann, what's up? Cheers to you. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much. Steven, yeah, you got to watch the interview. You got to watch. The interview is really cool. He has some really, really cool stories. Really does. E.T. is an awesome guy. Oh. What's everybody drinking tonight? I saw some people drinking certain things. Also, thank you guys for not making fun of me for my black eye. I was really like, I tried to cover it up and I was so embarrassed to come on the stream. And I was like, of course, I'm going to have the Jack Daniels U.S. National Brand Ambassador on my stream. Super excited for it. And then I'm going to have this giant black eye. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. It could be worse. Do 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 do. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba. Dara equals loud. Okay, you're on the squad. Oh my gosh, this Coy Hill. Coy Hill is so good. So good. I can be loud. Richie Z says, have you gone back to the triple mash? I'm thinking of getting it, but haven't yet. So I think my instant, like my right away, my impression of triple mash is that I didn't like it as much. But I had it another time, and I have a bottle of it. In fact, I'll just grab it out while we're at it. Minus the fact that we rearranged the shelves and I can't find it. Okay. We rearranged the shelves, and I can't remember where everything is right now. So I will just tell you, my second impression of triple mash is better than my first. It has very unique flavor, and it has a lot of rich flavor, and I think it is good. It just depends on the mood I'm in. Like, I might reach for bonded in one mood. I might reach for triple mash in another mood, like maybe a cooler night or fall. So it's got some unique flavor in it for sure. Exactly, Stephen. It does. Julie, this is amazing black eye, by the way. Wait. That is not makeup. That is black eye. Like, there's like some shimmer makeup that I try to cover it up with, but that is all black eye. So, you guys, this happened whenever, if you missed the beginning of the stream, Jade and I were snuggling. This is the second black eye that Jade has given me in 6 months, but Jade and I were snuggling in bed, and Bill got up to get out of bed, and like Jade got super excited for some reason and just launched out of bed and shacked me right in the eye. Like, her head, she's a lab pit mix. I want to bring her in, but she's resting because she's sick. So she's a lab pit mix, and she totally has a blocky head that she just gets me just right. Because like, I'll be like this to her face and yep, that's what happened. Yeah. It's a rough black eye. I put a lot of makeup on there, but it's still not good. My face is super puffy and everything. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Bill said not to talk about it. He'll give him one. You guys one too. Just saying. Obviously, Bill would never give me a black eye because Bill is the nicest person in the world. And we all know Bill's a great person. And we all know we love Bill. So, Aunt Jade, on the other hand, just kidding. Can't wait for the triple mash in Arizona. Sounds right up my alley. Definitely. You got to pick them up. Hopefully it gets out there. If not, I'll reach out. I'll reach out to you, Steven. I'll reach out to you. Richie Z says, I just know it's not a bourbon, but more an American blended whiskey. Yep, that it is. It's a whiskey. Blended whiskey. 3 100 bonded whiskeys. 11-year long row SC Sauternes. Yeah, Sugar Kitty, where are you? Everybody wants to know. I definitely said that wrong. Whiskey wishing well. I'm so sorry. But where's Sugar Kitty? I really like the triple mash just as something nice, tasty, and slightly different and not very expensive at a good proof point. Totally agree, Aiden. It is good. I think what Jack Daniels does best is they have a bottle for everyone. Reaches out to such a large... I totally agree. Like, For me, I could have any bottle in any mood, but like Jack caters to everyone. Like some people like high proof, some people like low proof, some people like unique flavors, some people like a mid proof. You know, there's something for everyone. So I think that's what's really cool. Is a mood pour for sure. What the heck? I know. Jade is on the patio sitting in a chair. She's probably smoking a cigar. Or wait, Bill's probably smoking a cigar. Maybe. Everybody check out Lifetime Whiskey video out after the average drinker. Yeah, check it out. I don't know what it is, but check it out because we love Lifetime Whiskey. We love Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. We love all the channels that are here. One Mo Cast says, I enjoyed it, but I like the bonded, but both are decent pours. I totally agree. I think I like the bonded most. Just fits my taste profile a little bit better. But triple mash is just a mood for me, like depending on the mood I'm in. I'm not always feeling it, but there's definitely something special about barrel-proof Jack products. Totally agree. It's Dara and Bill on it. Oh boy. Wait, what are we on? Are we on some Lifetime video? Okay, we will watch the Lifetime video because I have no idea what it is. No idea. I mean, I really don't. I really don't. I have no idea there was even a video with me and Bill on it. So, bonded over triple mash for sure. Hi, Bubble Bath. What's up, Bubble Bath? Cheers, everyone. You guys are the best. Bill's like, bring the bonded upstairs when you're done. I'm like, I'm just going to keep drinking the Coy Hill because that is fire. Dan R says the 2020 special release rye was magical. You know what? We haven't tried any of the Jack Daniel's single barrel strength ryes. Or any of, I don't think I've ever had a Jack Daniel's rye yet. So I'd love to. Aw, Julie. I can't wait to watch it. Pours in the Park video. I cannot wait to watch. It'll be awesome. It'll be great. Julie. I did make a penicillin cocktail with a triple mash because I ran out of blended malt whiskey and it was really good. Ooh. I actually really like the penicillin cocktail. It's good. It really is good. Jack Daniel's Bonded is great anytime pour. Agreed. If you want to step up from the old number 7 and you want to go to the Bonded, it's a great one. Like if you want, like ET always says he's like a hardcore old number 7 fan, but he's right. Like if you really want something you can sip on all night long and not get slammered, you can definitely drink old number 7. But the Bonded is just like a step up and it has richer flavor. So it's super good. IC86 loves all Jack Daniel's ryes. I actually have not had a Jack Daniel's rye yet. Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye is easily the best product Jack has made, at least while I've been able to drink. Well, I can't wait to try it. I definitely cannot wait to try it. Ooh, the regular single barrel rye is real good and usually in bars around here. Can't wait to try it. Ooh, I got maple syrup, like a little bit of maple syrup out of my Coy Hill. And it definitely is not drinking like 140 proof. Like it's just like really good. Really good. It's so good. Like it's all good with the average drinker, am I right? You guys, I was recording a video, or maybe it was my video that came out yesterday. I can't remember. But I was like, it's all good with the average drinker. That's what we need, a shirt that says like it's all good with the average drinker and then writing nerdy with the average drinker. We need them. Z-Man, what's up? Cheers, Z-Man. Thanks for being here. It's all good, man. So when I was a kid, my mom was like, I'm super nerdy, but my mom is too. And she'd be like, raise the roof. And so we would always raise the roof. And my friends would make fun of me so hard. And so like my dad would be like, it's all good. It made me think of my parents. I love them. Ooh, see, even Julie likes it. Jack Daniel's single barrel strength rye. That's a lot of JDSBBS. I can't wait to try it. I have not had it. I got to try that. I got to find one. Got to find them all. It's like Pokemon. Anyhow, you guys, I'm probably going to wrap this up here soon because I know the other channels are going to hop on tonight. And like I said, Jade's been sick and we did not sleep last night. So I don't want to go super long tonight, but next Monday, we're going to have a fun live stream. Bill's out of town. I'm going to do something jazzy. Next Monday night. Something fun. The regular Jack Daniel's single barrel rye is really good too, but very different from most ryes. I can't wait to try. Cannot wait to try. Oh, anyhow. All right, guys. I love you guys. And as always, if you guys ever want to send me an email, a message, whatever, if you guys have any content ideas that you want to see from me, anything you want to see from the channel, anything you want to see on live streams, you have special privileges and Patreon. So if you guys ever want to become a patron, see behind the scenes content, anything like that, do it. But I will have a new video out tomorrow on allocated or not allocated or good, whatever. That'll be out. There's a new review coming Thursday in tribute to the Bourbon Junkies and tribute to the Pours in the Park. So that will be a good review. And then Sunday is also going to be a super fun video. So yeah, Bill and I have spent a lot of time lately coming up with good video ideas. We've been out and about networking with different people, and every time we're out, we seem to come up with a new video idea. So, wait, no channels are on because of the power outage. What? Who's got a power outage? Protect your eye tonight. I got to protect it. Love you, Julie. I love you. I got to protect my eye for sure. Can I play the Wait, no, they have a power outage? Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for the comments on the interview. Thing that sucks about their power outage. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. Not forever, but I'll stay on for a few more minutes. I cannot play the harmonica, but there was a guy in my church growing up that was like so good at the harmonica. So good. Thank you so much, Horses and Bourbon. Go land crabs. What does that mean? University of America Samoa alum here. I'm a K-State University alum. Go Wildcats! Everybody ready for Saturday? I'm ready for college football. Super jazzed for college football. I can't wait. Wildcats are playing. Then my Chiefs will be playing before long. And NFL, I cannot wait. Who's your all's team? Your all's team? Bill, you can come down and get your whiskey. Bill's watching outside. Bill, you just come down and get your whiskey. Cheers, Cool Running. Oh, dang, heavy storms. We've had a lot of rain in Colorado this year. A lot. It's been a super rainy year. Saul joke. Okay. I don't know. Anyhow. Unless there's anything you guys really want to talk about, I'm probably going to wrap this stream up here in a minute. Unless you guys want to see like some No? Okay. That was weird. Anyhow. Okay, you guys. I know that I'm sure I miss David and Kara are the best. They're awesome. I'm sure they miss you guys too. But you guys, I'm probably going to wrap up this live. I need to get some rest and I need to get the video ready for tomorrow. Let's talk about how Jack Daniel's is bourbon. I mean, technically, yes. Jack Daniel's is bourbon. It was a great live. Enjoyed the Jack Daniel's guy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Go enjoy your night. Thank you, Richie Z. But seriously, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for always being here. I promise. Great video coming out tomorrow and more content coming soon. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for your support. Thank you to all the patrons who are here. Thank you to all the channels who are here. Thank you to all of you who are here and who stayed here tonight in support of the channel. Thank you. I love you guys. I'm going to go get some rest. I'm going to take a bottle to Bill. He's on the patio. take this to him. Hope you guys have a fantastic night. Get some sleep. And we'll be back here next Monday night for a fantastic live stream. I love you guys. See you next Monday. Thank you so much. Bye. You guys are the best. Here's my hugs. I'm like hugging you guys. I love you guys. Love you guys.